everybody to the Good Shepherd episode 14, Lucky 14. I don't know if it actually exists, but we're going to make it relevant at least for this video. Carmelo Anthony, happy 36th birthday. I can't believe you're 36. Seems like yesterday you're winning national titles at Syracuse. One of the greatest scorers of his time and arguably the history of the game. But if you think about Carmelo Anthony, to me, the most disrespected player of his generation. Now, what's the one word you think of when you associate Carmelo Anthony with the NBA? You think of ball. You don't even think of one word. You think of two. You think of ball hog and you think of ball stopper. But that is completely false. It's unfair. It is a limited narrative because when I think Carmelo Anthony, I think of a guy who is one of the 7 greatest scorers of all time. He eclipsed 25K points by the age of 33. Let me give you the list of the other 6 guys. Kobe, Carl. When I say Carl, I mean Karl Malone. Kareem, LeBron, Wilt, MJ. I heard MJ had a pretty good documentary. Might have arisen some controversy. That's another day, another story. Carmelo Anthony joins that elite list. How are you going to be a ball hog if you can score among the greatest when it comes to the history of this association? When you have the ability to score down low, to score in a 15-foot mid-range game, to explode really over anybody, to even shoot the 3 as your game evolved and progressed. And when you look at what he's done even on the Blazers in his 17th season, one of 10 guys to average over 15 points per game, joining Kareem, Carl, Kobe, LeBron, Dirk, Moses, Shaq, Garnett, Duncan. Those are top 20 all-time players. Carmelo Anthony finds his name on those lists. But wait a minute. Dave, you got to include the winning. You got to factor that in. Let's do it. I agree. We should factor in the winning. Carmelo Anthony, before he got to the Nuggets, they were the worst team in the NBA. The worst team in the NBA. They had not made the playoffs in 8 seasons. He gets there, his rookie year at 19, they make the playoffs. They make the playoffs the next 6 seasons. Then he goes to the Knicks. He makes the playoffs 3 straight times with them. And by the way, since Carmelo has left the 3 seasons, the post-Carmelo Anthony era, the Knicks have not won 30% of their games. So I want you to think about that for a second. Carmelo goes to the Nuggets. They are a notorious losing franchise. He takes them to 7 straight postseasons after an 8-year playoff drought, the years that Carmelo Anthony was not there. He goes to the Knicks. They instantly get better. And then he gets out of the league within 2 years. Now, the Rockets wanted to make him the scapegoat. Let's call it what it is. But the reality is when they got to the second round, when they faced a Warriors Durant absent team, they lost Game 5, they shouldn't have lost that game, and they lost Game 6. So Carmelo Anthony clearly was not the problem. If we look at what Melo did for the Blazers before he got there, the Blazers were on pace to win 27 games. Melo arrives, they are now on pace to win 36 games and have an outside shot, a slim chance at the playoffs. That is the impact of Carmelo. I want you to think about this again. To recap, Carmelo was great in his first 14 years as a scorer. One of the best we've ever seen. And then he was even great in his 17th season when the NBA and the media and the fans basically castigated him. They ostracized him, and Carmelo came back and averaged over 15 points per game on 43% shooting. Considering the fact that people called him old and over the hill and obsolete, Carmelo disputed that, disproved that, and showed once and for all this is an all-time great player. We can't move the field goal post back and say, well, he didn't win big enough because he didn't have the players. He was not fortunate like a Dwyane Wade who came into the NBA with a Shaq and a Mourning and a Payton. He wasn't LeBron where he needed to go to another great big 3 in Bosh and Wade and ultimately Ray Allen to win a title or 2 in LeBron's case. Carmelo Anthony has not had the requisites that a Wade or LeBron has had. You can make a legitimate argument that Carmelo Anthony was a better rookie than even the great LeBron James. Now, yeah, LeBron James has surpassed Melo, but he's pretty much surpassed everybody to ever pick up a basketball. And many of you, the youngins, I should say, will argue he is the GOAT. That's a whole nother discussion. You're probably sick of that debate. But what I'm not sick of is defending and coming to Melo's bolstering. And I can also tell you this. Melo is a treat. He's a pleasure. He is a class act to deal with. And because he doesn't instill that certitude and that arrogance and that hubris, it almost works against him. But I am here once and for all to tell you that Carmelo Anthony is no ball hog. What he is one of the greatest scorers of all time, an underrated rebounder. Now, could he have gotten better on defense as time went on? Absolutely. Could he have made more of a commitment to fitness? Sure. But we don't hold fitness and the lack of defensive game against Dirk Nowitzki. We don't hold it against a Patrick Ewing. We don't hold it against, well, I shouldn't say Jerry West, but we don't hold it against guys who are notoriously offensive great players, the Elgin Baylors of the world, even the Damian Lillards, even the Steph Currys, but we somehow find a way to hold it against Carmelo Anthony. I am here once and for all to say that Carmelo Anthony is the most disrespected player of all time, but I can tell you that the points per game and the efficiency from the field is a little bit better than people give him credit for, and it ultimately resulted in winning with the Nuggets his first team, the Knicks being the second team, and even the Blazers team in his 17th season. Now, with all that being said, happy 36th birthday, Carmelo Anthony. You are a pleasure to watch. It is great to have you in this game, and I hope you even have more years to come. And I ultimately see you getting past 30,000 and maybe even getting past Michael Jordan. Wouldn't that be a treat? Up next, I'm going to compare Carmelo Anthony to Christian McCaffrey, the all-pro first-team running back. What do I mean by that? Why would I compare Melo to Christian McCaffrey? You're going to find out in the next episode. I want to appreciate and thank you for taking the time to watch the Good Shepherd YouTube channel. If you like this information, hopefully a little bit of passion, make sure you subscribe below. I'm pointing to the left, hoping it's there. Have a great day, everybody, and continue to be safe. Thank you again for watching.